Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Now at 10, we are on the weather watch alert as big weather changes are expected this week. We go from a warm, quiet evening to potential for strong thunderstorms tomorrow night. Next, how Connecticut is preparing.
Robb Elementary was not adequately prepared for the risk of a school shooter.
A Texas legislative committee delivering results of a preliminary report on the deadly shooting at Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. We have the findings next. Multiple people are dead and several others injured after a gunman opened fire at a mall in Indiana. Tonight, what we are hearing from authorities on the investigation. The Fox 61 News at 10 starts right now. Thanks for joining us for the News at 10. I'm Carmen Chow. We begin with a weather watch alert tonight. A beautiful sunny day today, changing to a potential for strong to severe thunderstorms tomorrow. Let's get right over to meteorologist Sam Sampiri, who has been tracking the very latest. Sam, how bad will these storms be?
Well, I think they're going to be fairly strong by tomorrow evening into tomorrow night, Carmen. There are some storms right now in Pennsylvania. I'll show you that in a minute, but I'm not too concerned about those overnight. We got up to 89, believe it or not. Boy, did it get sticky during the afternoon. We're down in the 70s right now, anywhere from 72 in Torrington, 74 Meriden, 72 in Groton, New London. It is mild and muggy. You can see those dew points are right up there in the upper 60s to lower 70s, and there are some high clouds, and those clouds now are lowering a little bit. Let's check out to the west here, and I just want to show you this batch of showers and thunderstorms lining up right here just to our west. But notice in the last couple of frames how they're weakening. This little cluster right here might survive into New Jersey. I do not think we're going to see much in the way of severe weather overnight, but this is the leading edge of a warm front that will begin to move in our direction. So overnight, we're going to have these temperatures hold steady. Look at this, it holds really between the upper 60s and lower 70s. This is in downtown Hartford. I think by the time we get up tomorrow morning, we might have a couple of light showers, but again, I'm not too concerned about tomorrow morning. It's more about the afternoon, and particularly tomorrow evening. Look at these dew point readings. We ever get the sun out during midday and the early afternoon with these dew points in the 70s. That is a lot of fuel to the fire for the potential for strong thunderstorms. And as a result, we are under a marginal risk. Now, this is not only a level 1, but it doesn't matter, because you can have one cell really develop into a big storm as you have low pressure spinning up to our west with the warm front. So this is something that we'll be on top of it tomorrow morning. And of course, we have Rachel Piscatelli tomorrow morning, and Rachel Frank will be back just in time after a nice vacation to deal with these severe storms. But for your Monday, we're going to have temperatures getting into the upper 70s to lower 80s. It will not get too hot, only because of the cloud cover and the showers. And again, if we get that sun out, it's only going to add fuel to the fire for tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. So again, tomorrow morning we'll wake up, we could have a couple of showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, a lull midday in the afternoon, and then during the afternoon and evening, that's when we're going to have to be watching the showers and storms move in, with high temperatures averaging in the upper 70s to around or just over 80. Coming up, I will detail a little bit more for you where the showers and thunderstorms. I'll time out the first batch tomorrow morning, and then again tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. And then we are off and running to our first big heat wave of this summer season. I'll have all the details coming up on your Fox 61 7-day forecast. Carmen?
Sam, thank you. As that hot weather comes to Connecticut, the air conditioning units will be on full blast. Fox 61's Tony Black spoke with the local hardware store gearing up for the temperatures ahead. He joins us live from the Fox 61 Sky Deck. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Carmen. Yeah, temperatures expected to reach in the upper 90s this week. Even here today on our Sky Deck, reaching in the upper 80s. And we all know when it hits those temperatures here in Connecticut, the air conditioning units start going. So the task for all of us becomes, when the temperatures go up, trying to keep our body temperatures down.
Check ACs now.
Connecticut is gearing up for some hot weather this week. The first heat wave of the season is expected to follow storms Monday. As temps near 100 degrees, there are only so many ways to keep cool.
Non-essential lights, turn those off. Go to LED lights if need to be. Saves energy. Blinds, curtains, keep those all closed.
Mark Kovac is the assistant manager at Car Hardware in Avon. He says fans and AC supplies go quickly as people prepare for this blistering summer weather.
We see an uptick in AC filters, which should be changed every 90 days. We see uptick in fans.
If you want to get the best airflow from your air conditioning units, he says make sure you change the filters every 90 days to prevent dust and other particles from blocking the circulation. Sitting in front of a fan can be a great way for you and your family to stay cool. Connecticut also has a lot of water. That's where we found these two boys enjoying the Farmington River Sunday. What's your plans to stay cool?
Turn on the AC probably and go outside and have some fun.
And the family pets need to stay cool too in this weather.
We have a big dog-friendly area, so a lot of pools are going to be used for dogs because you don't want to keep your dogs in the heat.
Libraries can be great spots to be entertained and comfortable, also local pools. So as the heat comes to Connecticut, communities remain on high alert.
We like to stay educated as well. We keep an eye on the weather, and we like to educate our customers on upcoming weather. So we'll let them know that there's a heat wave coming in.
Now, typically on those hot, sunny days, most of us stay inside in the air conditioning, but that store manager says they do get those diehards coming in to buy supplies to do yard work. He says there are those people. There's probably some of you watching right now, and of course some tips if it's going to be those hot, sunny days coming up. Also, stay hydrated, and also to remember to keep your skin covered or wear that sunscreen. Reporting live from the Fox 61 Sky Deck, Tony Black, Fox 61 News.
Good tips to keep in mind. Thanks, Tony. Breaking news at 10, a 21-year-old male has died after being pulled from Pataconk Lake. Deep Environmental Conservation Police responded this afternoon for a report of an unresponsive male who was pulled from the water. After life-saving procedures were being performed, the male was transported to Middlesex Health Shoreline Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Cause and manner of death will be determined by the State Office of the Chief Medical Examiner. And other breaking news, at least 3 are dead and 2 are in the hospital with injuries after a gunman opened fire at a mall in Indiana. Indianapolis Metropolitan Police say shoppers were at the Greenwood Park Mall at the time of the incident. Witnesses say at least 20 gunshots were heard in the food court. Authorities say the shooter has also died and may have been killed by a civilian.
As you can imagine, this type of situation is horrible. It's rocked us to our core. We're still very early in this investigation. What we do know right now is that we have what appears to be one shooter.
Police have asked the public to avoid the area as the investigation continues. New at 10, the city of Uvalde has placed its acting police chief, Lieutenant Mariano Pargas, on administrative leave. The city has hired a national expert to do an internal investigation of the department's response that day where 19 children and 2 teachers were killed in the mass shooting at Robb Elementary School. The acting police chief being placed on administrative leave comes as investigators released a preliminary report on the Uvalde school shooting. The 77-page report done by a committee of state lawmakers suggests law enforcement failed in several ways in responding to the shooting that happened on May 24th. According to the report, the gunman fired approximately 142 rounds inside the building, and it is almost certain that at least 100 shots came before any officer entered. The report also says police used a, quote, overall lackadaisical approach when it came to responding to the shooting. According to the report, 376 law enforcement officers were at the school. The majority of those who responded were federal and state law enforcement. That included nearly 150 U.S. Border Patrol agents and 91 state police officials. Texas State Representative Dustin Burrows speaking today on the finding in the report.
With hindsight, we can say the Robb Elementary was not adequately prepared for the risk of a school shooter. The school's 5-foot fence was inadequate. Despite a policy of locked doors, there was a regrettable culture of noncompliance. In fact, all 3 exterior doors to the building were unlocked that day, and multiple interior doors were not secured the day of the shooting. When I talked about the false sense of security, I do not believe that Uvalde Consolidated or Robb Elementary is the only school with these issues in it.
The report ends by saying the only person with ill motives was the shooter, reading in part, quote, there is no one to whom we can attribute malice or ill motives. Instead, we found systemic failures and egregious poor decision making. Family members of the victims in Uvalde received copies of the report before it was released to the public. This report follows weeks of closed-door interviews with more than 40 people, including witnesses and law enforcement who were on the scene of the shooting. The January 6th committee now wants to talk to the Secret Service about its communications during the Capitol attack. But the information the panel is looking for could already be long gone. Fox News correspondent Aisha Hasni has the details from Washington.
The House Select Committee investigating January 6 says it has subpoenaed the Secret Service as it investigates allegations from a watchdog that the agency may have deleted text messages sought as evidence.
It is quite crazy that the Secret Service would actually end up deleting anything related to one of the more infamous days in American history.
The Secret Service says nothing was intentionally erased, but that some data was lost during a routine device migration, and that all of the texts requested by the committee have been saved. Still, committee members say the allegations are concerning.
I was shocked to hear that they didn't back up their data before they reset their iPhones. That's crazy. I don't know why that would be.
An agency spokesman writing in a statement, the insinuation that the Secret Service maliciously deleted text messages following a request is false. In fact, the Secret Service has been fully cooperating in every respect, whether it be interviews, documents, emails, or texts. It's a rare step for the committee to subpoena an entire department of the executive branch as it seeks more information about former President Trump's actions on January 6th, particularly after testimony from a former White House aide that Trump had a confrontation with Secret Service agents as he tried to join supporters at the Capitol. And the committee will hold its final scheduled hearing this Thursday, but says more hearings could be possible as they obtain new evidence. In Washington, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.